Welcome, everyone, to Pitbull Stadium, not far from Miami and the home of the FIU Panthers. And today, this fan base eager to show everyone what the Panthers' home field advantage is all about. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Across the 25, he's got room. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Quarterback moving. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Quarterback will audible. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. FIU set up with another 1st down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And the Panthers pick up the 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
The lone back's got it. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heel.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. How about that D coming up with a play like that? This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
Yeah, and finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off them.
And they had the extra point to finish the drive. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
On second down, wants to throw it. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Unloads quickly. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking the play. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. On second down, looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Line gets set, first down. They'll try the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. They're setting up the screen. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
On the play. 2nd down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Louisiana Tech 7, Florida International 0.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Now adjusting. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
On third down, he drops to throw. Intercepted. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, FIU. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play.
There he goes down the right side. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
14, Florida International, 7.
Coming out with it, it's Bean. And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
You just can't have that happen if you're on the return team. You know, if you lose the football now, you're giving the other offense the ball back deep in your own end. Simply can't happen.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he throws his third pick of the day. He's spinning. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Pushes forward for a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 8.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
On second down, he'll fire. Throws to the back. Caught over the middle. It's Townsend. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
How hard is that as a linebacker when you're trying to cover a running back on that angle route who runs routes like that, right? He thought he was going to the flat. He was barreling towards the sideline, trying to knock that ball away, and all of a sudden he gets crossed up, and that's just too easy giving up that first down.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on second down. Got his man quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Panthers are marching down the field. From the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. At the 45 on his way. Afterburner's coming. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And what a play call. You can feel maybe a little bit of aggressiveness. This defensive line flying upfield. What do? Throw a screen right behind it. Get it to your running back. Let him do the rest. Chew up some yardage and make the big play for the offense.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
42 Spiders. 4-2 Spiders.
He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
3rd and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. He caught it, and he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3. 4th and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Looking to throw. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida International.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Miami is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about at the U for a long time. They're up 14 over Louisiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what you're coaching.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run it. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, they don't pick up the first down after they catch, but even still, head coach now has a decision to make. On 4th down, is he kicking a long field goal? Is he going for it? It's decision time.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. The 40, the 30, running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Going up top on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
The play action fake. Going deep. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Breaks the tackle. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
The back goes in motion. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. If you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Buys a little time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Bulldogs have it in scoring position on first and goal. On the option. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they take it in for 6 more points. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They'll try to power their way ahead. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Finds the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Third and short now from their own 48. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. FIU set up with another first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's another FIU. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Louisiana Tech 28, Florida International.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Trying play action. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Wake Forest is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but look at that score. This is a close game. They're up by 5 over Missouri. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
The offense set for a first down play. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Still on his feet at the 35. Hit the afterburners, kid. At the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Louisiana Tech
As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. Right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down. He'll throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
And you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field,
fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Panthers! They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do. But the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense, too, Dave.
Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
In the end zone.
The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he might be known for one pitch, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He's got him still on his feet. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's going to pass on second down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, FIU. A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana Tech offense back onto the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's loose on the right. Past the 30. 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got it.
They fake it. Pitch it to the tight end. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The two-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Unloads to the right. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Makes the catch into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Floating away. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
International, 41.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Will take over. First and 10.
Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. Final seconds of the game. They can just take a knee and eliminate all of the drama.
And you're exhaling, too, at this point, because this was a hard-fought football game, David. It could have gone either way. At the end, it was this team that made the most plays, made the fewest mistakes, and they've earned this victory formation.
And by the way, there's nothing more frustrating in the world than playing defense when they take knees. Like, it's a helpless feeling. There's nothing you can do. You have so much rage inside you. You just want to hit somebody so hard, and they're just taking a knee, and you just got to take the L.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Louisiana Tech.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. That one will find its way out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. The Florida International offense is back on the field. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. And back to the air on 2nd down. He wants a big play here late. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bulldogs. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. So you think they shouldn't run up the score like this? I remember an old story of one coach telling the other one, I only coach one team, man. It's your job to stop me.
Yep, I like that approach. That should be your philosophy, but that doesn't mean you don't remember that. You have a turn later on a lot of times when your team's better to do the same thing, to return the favor, and make him forget that.
Dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. from inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to go up top on first down. They're bringing heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And now on second down for this offense. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
Yeah, it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So